Then tell me that you don't like it.
Okay, I'm not saying, let me say this. I'm not saying I hate it.
Welcome to the Book Angle, where we talk about books from different angles and sometimes go in circles. I'm Anna, and this is Sabrina. And today, since we are still in the month of February and on our romancy season cycle,
Mhm.
I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
We're going for the
That's
romance
fine.
vibes.
Yes, there we are. We're super romancy.
So, we're going to play a little this or that game with romance tropes.
Yeah, so what we wanted to do like a romance bracket type thing, but we're long distance book besties. So we had to make do. So essentially what we have done is we're going to have three different rounds where we have romance tropes and we are going to have to agree, which I'm curious if we're going to agree or not, in order to pare it down each time. So in round one, we're going to have 12 romance tropes. Round two, it's going to go down to six. And then round three, sudden death, we're going to have three romance tropes, and we're going to have to choose our favorite one out of those three. I'm a little like, I'm not actually nervous, but I'm feeling kind of nervous. I'm really curious. Do you think we're going to agree before we get started?
Um, I think there will probably be a few that will be like, yeah, duh, this one is better. But
Okay.
um I don't know if we'll agree on all of them because I don't know. I know we came up with the tropes together, but I don't know in what order, like which ones are being compared. So,
I tried to compare the ones that felt similar-ish.
okay.
So we were working on eliminating things.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Round one. Okay. This or that. Grumpy versus Sunny or best friends to lovers.
This is hard because you could have them in the same, it could be the same thing.
That's why they were put together. Because I was like, oh, they could be the same thing. I feel like that would work. I know which one I would like more for my personal life, but I also know which one I like more to read.
Yeah, I prefer Grumpy versus Sunny to read.
Okay.
But Best Friends to Lovers is how my romance went. So I
Yes.
just,
If someone came up to me and said, should I date this person and they're best friends? I'm like, you should really consider it. If someone was really sunny and their person was super duper grumpy, I'd be like, do you think that might ever get tiring one day? Like, but okay, we're agreeing. Grumpy
yeah,
versus sunny.
Grumpy versus
Okay.
Sunny. Yeah.
We're starting off
I
great.
think reading wise,
Oh,
Best Friends to Lovers isn't as entertaining.
no, like we all know what's gonna happen. We know what's gonna happen for Grumpy versus Sunny too, but I like it better. I just like it. Okay, both of these were like actions, like
Yeah.
things that were happening, which is why they're together. So we have the declaration of love in the rain or an interrupted intimacy moment. This picture is because in the Emily Henry book we just read, they had a little steamy moment and then the Chinese takeout came. So it was inspired by,
I think as much as I hate to say it, I think I like Declaration of Love in the Rain more.
yes, because I'm just gonna get bold. This is the PG-13 moment. I'm just like, if they're gonna have the sexy time, just go for it. Like,
Yeah.
why are we having so many roadblocks? Like, just come on now. Like, just go for it.
Yeah, that's
Like,
how I just recently read the second book of Crescent City.
mhm.
And both the first and second book of that series, she spends so much time making them like almost get together and then just kidding, someone walked in, just kidding, someone got killed, just kidding. Like, and it's like I spent so much time being like, please just get it over with.
I know. Like, it's just like rip off a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
You know, like just rip it off. Go for it. But the declaration of love in the rain can be so cringy, but I also it's like a secret hidden guilty pleasure. you know?
Yeah.
Because I was even thinking about One Tree Hill, and Brooke and Lucas have like their dramatic like ah moment, and they're screaming in the rain, and then they kiss, and it's like, okay, the rain just made it better, I
Yeah.
guess.
I
Okay.
just watched Wives and Daughters by it's a very old BBC
Mm,
remaking of Elizabeth Gaskell's novel.
hmm
And there's a declaration of love in the rain, and they don't even kiss because he's been like his family has a fever or whatever. He's not personally sick, but like he doesn't want to get her sick. And so they're standing like 6 feet apart in the pouring rain, having their declaration of love after years of like this will they, won't they thing. And they don't even kiss the entire, it's 4 episodes. No kiss.
That's basically an interruption of intimacy. I'm
Yeah.
going to kiss you, but I have a fever.
Well, my family had it, and I don't want to
Yes. Okay.
accidentally get you sick. Yeah.
Okay. We're starting off hot. Okay. All right. This or that. We have the secret identity and then the past history. I did like the prom queen and king, so I'm like, they met in high school.
Oh, I feel like I don't really have strong feelings about either one of these. So that's
Mm.
why I'm kind of like, ah, I don't know, because either one could be done well, either one could be done poorly, and I don't really feel that strongly either way. Do you?
Um, it depends. Yeah, it depends on how it's done. Because I feel like secret identity could be fun if one person knows who the other one is. I read this whole, or I watched this show. Oh my goodness, and I'm not even going to remember it. But basically, there's these couples, and or they're not a couple yet. Dash and Lily. So basically, they're exchanging letters to each other in different locations, but they don't know who the other one is.
Mm-hmm.
So they leave an envelope in the library, and then the person finds it, has to solve the riddle. And after they solve the riddle, the riddle tells them where to find the next note or where to put the next note. So they don't know who the other one is. It was super fun because they meet and they don't know that's who it is.
Yeah.
Or if one person knows the identity and the other person doesn't, that's also really fun. But past history is also kind of like a, ooh, they're gonna get together. Like, I don't know.
I think Secret Identity has more potential to me.
Okay.
Past history almost is too like it just bare like we're just looking at the surface level here. I think past history could potentially lean towards more like dramatic, like they were
Yeah.
exit, like there's more like drama there that could like I don't know. Secret Identity is more just mysterious and fun to me.
Yeah, I'll go. I'll go with that. I was more like it was kind of a coin toss for me.
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
Secret Identity.
Okay. Forced proximity or fake dating.
I don't particularly like the fake dating trope. I have not seen it done very well in the past. And that's probably just because I don't read a ton of like romance focused things. So
Yeah.
it's just not a trope that I read a lot. And so when I have read it, I'm like, eh. Forced proximity though. Mm.
Is that a secret hidden guilty pleasure for you?
I mean I don't think it's a secret hidden anything. It's just I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that forks proximity is really fun because that could mean so many different things. Like, are
Yeah.
you working together? Are you trapped in an elevator? Is it the one bed trope? Like, I don't know. I feel like it leads to good conversations. I also kind of like forced proximity when there is something bad happening. Like, even though it's so trashy, the movies where they get stuck in the elevator together, they always have some sort of good conversation, but they start off mad about it, you know? I don't know. Forced proximity. Okay. Rivals to lovers or fated mates.
Okay, well, first of all, Fated Mates, I cannot. I know that this is a very popular trope in the romantasy genre. I really have some issues with it. So Rivals to Lovers is top tier to me. Because I think we left enemies to lovers out of this and we said that we would just go with rivals to lovers.
Yeah.
Personally, I think I like rivals to lovers more because enemies, um, there's this like distance when you're an enemy. You have to know something about someone to be their enemy, but when you're their rival, like there's this sense of competition and like I know this person well because they are like me and I think they might be better than me at what I do. And so there's already like this respect almost to be someone's rival. You have to respect them.
Hmm.
That naturally feeds into love a little bit better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Enemies to lovers can be done well, but a lot of times people are like, oh, it's enemies to lovers when it's really like they just didn't really know each other. And then
What's bad? I don't know if it's actually bad. I don't really like either of these. I know, because I would much rather have Grumpy versus Sunny. I would much rather have like, I don't know, the past history or something else. Because I just feel like the rivals to lovers or even enemies to lovers is so like Shakespearean to me. And I don't know if it's just because I had to study it so much in school. I think maybe I would like it more, but I'm just kind of like, okay, I know where this is
so
headed.
so Betrayed, which you just liked,
But they weren't really rivals in my
they
opinion.
were.
They
She literally calls him
she
her rival.
she calls him that, but in the book she says, you know what's even more frustrating about having a rival? Having a rival when he doesn't even know that you're rivals. And Augustus does not know that they're rivals.
Okay.
So she felt that they were
What
rivals. He
about
didn't.
A Study in Drowning?
That, that's fine, but that's not why I liked it.
Okay, you need to read Divine Rivals.
Okay, I
Then
will.
then tell me that you don't like it.
Okay, I'm not saying, let me say this. I'm not saying I hate it. I'm just saying I I know people who are like, "Oh, it's a Rivals to Lovers. I'm in." And I'm like, "Okay, this sounds like a good read. Oh, there's some rivalry in there. Okay." Like it's more like I'll take it or leave it. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
But you don't like Fated Mates, right?
No. That one I just don't like.
Yeah. I
So, I would
no.
not choose a book because of either of these tropes.
Got it.
Okay,
I
so
would
Rivals to Lovers.
I would probably if I knew that Fated Mates was a big enough trope to be on the back of the book, I would not pick it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably there as well. Like I'm not gonna read it and be like, oh, I hate this. But if the romance is the main plot, then I don't like it very much. Okay. Now, this or that. The one that got away or love triangles.
I hate love triangles, which you know.
These were just the final two. I was
um
like, I could have put the one that got away with past history, but I don't know. I just didn't.
yeah, I gotta go with the one that got away because I could never pick love triangle ever. It just goes
Yeah.
against something in my soul.
Okay. Are you ready for round two?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. It's getting harder. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Grumpy versus Sunny or Declaration of Love in the Rain?
I Grumpy versus Sunny is gonna win out for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I also did not pair these as well. I just realized. But that's okay. That's okay. Secret identity or forced proximity?
Oh, I think I'm still gonna go with forced proximity. Um, because it allows characters to work through issues and get to know more about each other. And secret identity does like the opposite of that.
Yeah, it's like you can know me from afar.
Yeah.
You can know me by my alias.
Yeah.
Um, I'm okay
Um,
with that.
I'm all about open communication, and forced proximity kind of forces that, right?
Mm, okay.
Yeah.
Rivals to lovers or the one that got away?
You know what my pick is.
I know. Um, both of these are kind of like, I would probably say that I like the one that got away a little bit better, but for the types of books that I like to read, Rivals to Lovers makes more sense. Because I don't read a ton of books that are more of a realistic fiction or a romancy where the one that got away would be super important.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Rivals to Lovers, that works in romance, that works in fantasy, that works in, I mean, shoot, that even works in dystopian novels like sci-fi. So Rivals to Lovers.
Okay.
This was okay. I don't know why I was so worried.
That was a
Oof.
much faster round. All right, final round. Now we've picked between the remaining three.
Do you already feel like you know what your remaining three is? Or your
I don't know. I don't actually. I don't. I really don't.
okay. All right. Maybe this is where we argue. Let's see. Rivals to Lovers, Forced Proximity, or Grumpy versus Sunny.
The problem with this is that all three of those could be in the same book, and it could work.
Yeah.
In fact, I know a book that has all three of these.
I know what mine is, but I don't know if it's what yours is.
Okay, what is yours?
I really like Grumpy versus Sunny.
Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, no, that's what I like.
No, no, I like that. It's just funny that that was your pick to me because the only book that we've read that had that very strong Grumpy versus Sunny was Assistant to the Villain, and you really
Which I
didn't like
did
that.
not like.
You really didn't
No,
like
but
that.
okay, and this actually isn't the same because it's not a romance, but A Man Called Uva.
Hmm.
Love that book. He is the epitome of grump. Grumpalumpagus grump, you know?
Yeah.
And then we also have his Parnava, the neighbor, who is nothing but sunshine. And it just does little something for me. Like it just does. I don't know what it is, but if someone's just always cranky and then that one person is the light of their world, like I don't know, it just gets me excited. Assistant to the Villain didn't do it well enough for me.
I think Assistant to the Villain like heavily leans into the trope of Grumpy
Yeah.
versus Sunny, and that is the book is that singular trope.
And
Um,
I don't see how he got ungrumpy. He just decided he wasn't.
yeah, there is some plot issues there, but well, we could you pick your top one and I pick my top one.
Is your top one Forced Proximity?
Yeah.
That was my second.
Okay. I think that I really like Grumpy versus Sunny, but I think that I will like Forced Proximity is one of those ones where I'm like it will probably hit right for me
Yeah.
98% of the time.
But honestly, most of the time, Forced Proximity has to be in Grumpy versus Sunny for it to make sense. For me. Like, think about it. Like, for Uva, the neighbor, literally next door neighbor is Sunshine. Even, or not Happy Place, Beach Read. She wasn't quite sunny, but they're literally next door neighbors.
Yeah.
Like, it just,
So Forced
Forced Pro
Proximity is like the topper, like the like the heading, and then Grumpy versus Sunny is a subgenre that can happen under
yeah,
that.
yeah, because otherwise, why would they hang out?
Yeah,
They have
like
no
why
reason
would
to
the
hang
Grump
out,
be with the Sunny person?
right? So, Forced Proximity with Grumpy versus
Sunny.
Sunny. Okay. I feel good. We need to find a book like this to read for March so we can have it. All right. So what is your favorite romance trope? I wonder if people are like, how could they choose that?
Yeah. We probably upset some Sarah J. Maas fans with that Fated Mates.
Sorry, friends. Um, but what's your favorite romance trope? Do you heavily disagree with ours? And do you have a Forced Proximity, Grumpy versus Sunny book for us that we need to read like next month?
That's not assistant to the villain.
No thanks. Um, but On that note, and continue to enjoy your romancy season and
Like and subscribe.
bye all.
Bye.